Birthday to you.
Hey.
Happy birthday to you. Welcome to the
Yeah.
weekly Keto Chow SwitchGrocery show. Today's Chris's birthday.
That's
It
right.
sure is.
So we've got him covered with a cake.
Hey, can you
Sprinkles.
fax that to me?
Yeah.
Some people in the chat might not know what fax is.
I actually got something today, and I could only send it back to the government agency that wanted it by mailing it or faxing it.
Oh, even
And I
though
was
you
like,
got it via email?
I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Why can't I email this? And so
Did you call them?
I put it in an envelope and I mailed it like a chump. Anyway,
Seriously.
sorry.
I love it.
Anyway,
Guys, today I get to introduce you, so let me do this because I wrote
Okay.
this today.
Okay.
yeah.
Chris and Miriam are parents of 6 and the creative force behind Keto Chow, a genuinely amazing company that makes meal replacement shakes and electrolytes. Wait, that makes meals and electrolytes.
Right.
That's right.
They have both adopted a low-carb lifestyle, and their company is all about community first. They do daily, weekly lives. I couldn't remember which one. Recipe videos, tips and tricks, and honest discussions about various low-carb topics. Yay!
That was beautiful.
Thank you. And guys, if you don't know me, I'm Neha. I run SwitchGrocery in Canada. And we are an online grocery store that brings products to you like Keto Chow that you can't find in your boring traditional stores. Am I supposed to, can I call them boring? Can I call them big stores boring?
Yeah, you go right ahead.
And we actually found Keto Chow when we just became parents. Chris sent us an email and we were literally we didn't know what to make for us. We were barely surviving with a newborn. And then we tasted Keto Chow and the rest was history.
That's right. It's all thanks to John from Keto Bar.
Yeah.
Yes. We just
Yeah.
talked to him recently, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I like him. He's a good guy. I'd like to do something with him in the future.
I know.
It'd
It's
be
amazing.
fun. Anyway.
You guys would be great. You're getting so many birthday wishes. Happy birthday.
Yay.
Happy birthday.
I'm
Oh my
older now.
And I think someone said you've turned 2.
Yes.
Debbie Armstrong.
Yeah, Miriam made
I
me,
made video
there was a
cakes.
little cake and it had 2 candles in it.
And they were blue.
And look, here's a present. And it has a sideways birthday cake Keto Chow in it.
Yes. Thank you. I love how Debbie says, happy birthday, Chris. Thanks for the new flavor birthday cake, which is, by the way, everything this live is about today. Today, we're going to dig into the birthday cake. We're going to talk about the flavor, how it was developed, how long it took, what are the best ways to use it? Because I think that in the Facebook group, actually, we might even do a screen share of the Facebook group because they are just so pumped about it. The best ways to use it. And then we're going to talk about the inspiration, where you guys get inspiration from new flavors. We're going to go into some questions. We're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about your lovely videos from the low carb cruise. We're going to talk about KetoCon. And then we're going to end with you telling us every single thing you're doing this year.
Right.
For
Because that's
Keto
what
Chow.
we do. Yes.
Everything. You're just telling us everything, what's next for the entire company today.
Right. Yes.
So stay till the end of the live.
So you can be disappointed.
Stacy says she just ordered yesterday and already got an email. My stuff is shipped, stationed in Korea, so hopefully it doesn't take too long.
So was it sent by the Armed
APO?
Services, APO, or
APO.
yeah, I think it's APO if it's to the Pacific. Anyway, I really like that we can ship that way to members of the U.S. Armed Forces. It just sends out like priority mail. It's super easy.
I love
And then
that.
it goes into a big container and they take it there. So, yeah. Anyway,
Lori Olson says, hi, Neha. Hi, Chris and Miriam. Hi, SwitchGrocery family. Hi, Keto Chow family. That's really sweet, Lori. We love Lori.
yep. Stacy says it's coming to the APO. Nice.
APO it is.
Thank you for your service, Stacy.
Thank you for your service, Stacy. I'm in Canada, but thank you for your service.
Right. Hey, you guys are America's hat. We all get along. I mean, You're Americans too, right?
Actually, we're British, so
You're in North America. I'm
we
going to
still
say we're friends.
we have the Queen's. I guess now it'll be King Charles, but
Yeah, right.
we're gonna have him on the money and everything.
Yeah. Did they have to
So
throw away the old bills, or do they still count?
I don't know. I should know that, but I don't know. I shouldn't know that. I only use my card and Apple Pay for it. Doesn't everybody
Right.
use Apple Pay now for everything?
Oh my gosh. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, we
Yeah.
went to go see Andrea Botticelli,
He was amazing, by the way.
and halfway through the concert,
So good.
we got notified that someone was trying to use Miriam's credit cards
A
to
lot of
buy
them.
Target gift cards because
My purse got stolen.
her purse got stolen out of the trunk
out
of our
the
car.
trunk of the car.
Because you couldn't bring her purse into the thing. Anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to get to is we had to spend the next week not using credit cards,
It was so hard.
waiting for a new credit card.
I
And
wrote some checks. It was
my
like
gosh.
archaic. Well, do you take a paper check? Do you know what that is?
I ended up just giving you a load of cash.
I literally Kate got her implant. We were talking about this on Instagram. Kate got an implant in her tooth. The post put in.
Yeah,
I
and
had
you
to pay
with
like
the check.
$1,000 in cash
With a
because
check.
so I used a check, but I'm like, I don't know if I have $1,000 for this tooth.
Oh my gosh. That is what's Lynette asks, what's a check?
Yeah, it's this
right,
funny thing that you
right.
sign and people
It's like
think
a piece
it's
of
money.
paper
Anyway.
that you pretend is money.
Hey, we still pay certain things by check, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to birthday cake.
Yes.
Why? So why birthday cake? Why now? And what was your inspiration for birthday cake?
So for one, we have a lot of customers who
Yep.
request birthday cake.
I was going to say a lot of people whined about it, but I think your way of saying it's a
I think that
lot
I
nicer.
speak nicer than you sometimes. Sometimes.
We're a good team.
But we do take like the customer request seriously.
Yeah.
And we like have a long running list and we know what you like.
Yeah, and for years people had been saying make a birthday cake flavor, and I just said, just add some almond extract to the vanilla, which is what the birthday cake flavor is. Anyway, but we'd actually gotten birthday cake flavor a while ago. It actually might have been almost a year ago, and it was just kind of like sitting on my desk in the pile of shame, just not being used. And one day I'm like, I wonder what that birthday cake did. So we mixed it up, and it was like, hey, you know what?
yeah,
That
that's
was
really
really
great.
good. And people had been asking for birthday cake, and it's like, let's make it. And from the time that we tested it to actually got it produced, it was surprisingly short because it takes.
Sometimes it takes like 6 to 10 months. Sometimes it takes a long time.
And this one I think may have only taken like 4 months.
It was super fast. We were really lucky. And isn't the picture on it so cute? Look at that
so
cute
good.
birthday cupcake. Carrie
Yeah.
Brown took it.
Yep.
So cute.
It's so cute. Can you put it closer? I want to see it.
Oh,
Hold on.
walk closer. Oh, here, we'll just zoom in. There you go.
Oh, that's
Look how
so
cute that birthday cake is.
cute.
And then Miriam shows you her nails.
Also, my nails are cute. See how cute?
They're so
we
cute.
But yeah, so, and then a lot goes into developing the different flavors. Sometimes it's a simple, hey, we just try it out and it works. Kind of like
Yep.
with the birthday cake. It's almost like first try.
First try.
Other times it's like this
a lot
big,
of work.
long, drawn out process that takes a long time. So, like the chocolate mint. I don't know
that
how
was
many
so hard.
permutations.
I was like, more chocolate. No,
Yeah.
more mint. No more chocolate. No
Yeah,
more mint. Now
and what we
less
were going
everything.
for was Girl Scout cookie thin mints.
Yes.
And I think we nailed it.
You
And a lot
nailed
of
it.
people are like, it's too minty, it tastes like toothpaste. And it's like, whatever. Other people like it. And that's the thing. Some people like flavors and some people don't like
And that's just
flavors.
going to be the way it is.
Some
sometimes.
people are like, birthday cake, it tastes like vanilla cake batter, and I love it. And other
Yes.
people are like, birthday cake tastes like vanilla cake batter, and it's disgusting. And it's just like, okay. Like, we were talking serious keto. Didn't like it. His
I
wife
saw his
did.
face.
Yeah.
Yes, his wife loved it.
And it's just funny. Everybody has different tastes, and that's okay. Carrie nailed her birthday cake. Yep, there you go.
Sorry, I can't. That's actually, okay, Carrie, that's really funny. Like,
Yep,
that's
Carrie
really,
nailed it too. Oh, and Kimberly's ordering birthday cake on Friday. Yeah, so
yeah.
a lot of work goes into the different flavors. It's just we ask we have a company that we have make the flavors for us. And once we've ordered it, it actually is our flavor. Like it has a number on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we tell them to tweak things, and we also order sugar-free. So we
Yes.
say, oh, I want birthday cake flavor, but I need it to be sugar-free. It needs to hit these specifications.
Because normally something like that, a powdered flavor, would have maltodextrin in it. Just period. That's how the flavoring and food industry works. You put maltodextrin in everything because you do, right? But we stomp our feet and hold our breath and turn purple until they tell us, okay, fine.
We'll make it the way you want it.
And so it's kind of interesting. So neither Miriam nor I have a background in food manufacturing or formulation or any of that other stuff, and it has been a really interesting, I guess, journey to learn all this stuff.
It's been really fun.
It has been really fun, but yeah, we learned pretty early on that they will always try to do it the cheapest way possible unless you hold their feet to the fire.
The cheapest way possible.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's
I-
the
Cheapest
maltodextrin.
ingredients.
Yeah.
I love this comment. It's from Loretta. I could have it every day. Definitely my favorite so far. Thank you. And I obviously have to, Terry says, Neha, you have such a cute, engaging smile. Terry, thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable. Like on the Instagram live we just did, it just felt like dark and I wasn't, but now I'm just like, oh, I'm on my YouTube, I'm on my Facebook.
Yeah.
It's because vertical video is
It's
terrible.
hard.
It's so hard. Okay, so
I
I
love
want
that
to.
our color scheme is like all perfect. I'm like just black and white.
I love it too. I'm going to show you. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I wanted to show everyone these reviews because I love this. This is the Keto Chow Facebook support group. I think if you have to request to be a part of it.
You
Yes.
do, and that's because
'Cause it's a
people
private
didn't
group.
want it to be searchable by search engines. Because if it's a private group that you have, a private group for members,
Yes.
then you
Not
have to
inappropriate.
request to join, and so they feel more free to say stuff that maybe they want to talk about a medical condition. Now, we're not going to really get into medical conditions on the Facebook support group. It actually
Right.
says we're not doctors, we're not going to give you medical advice. But if people are talking about a challenge that they've had with, like maybe they've had an eating disorder and going keto and maybe using Keto Chow has helped them in that journey. And if it's just a group that's open to everybody, then they're kind of like, oh, I don't really want to talk about that. We can also then have rules like, this is a Keto Chow group.
Right.
What is this group about? And they have to answer what it's about. It's kind of funny the answers that we give. And we have a really good team of moderators who go through and make
help
sure
us
everything's on track. And
I love this. I'm going to start hearting all of these. We actually have a group called the Switchers.
the switchers.
The Switchers. And then people only get invited when they place an order. So that's how we do it.
Oh, that's
Does it
So,
automatically send it out?
Yeah. So after the order confirmation, they get a thank you. And a thank you email is just, hey, here you can find our recipes, tips, and tricks. You'll get the tracking and join our Facebook group. So we don't really publicize it. So this way we know that it's our customers, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was great. That was Brian's idea. I won't take credit for it.
Oh, that's smart.
I love this. So I'm going to read a few. Make maple waffle and birthday cake permanent flavors. Signed,
Yeah, 'cause-
everyone.
Because right now, maple waffle is a seasonal flavor.
Interesting.
And birthday cake is a limited edition, which means, unfortunately, right now you can't get them in subscriptions. Because
Oh,
only subscriptions are available in the I mean, sorry, only permanent flavors are available in the subscriptions.
Subscription.
Yes.
And so that person who wants maple waffle, they're probably Canadian, which is great. And yeah,
I love this comment from Miriam. Hi,
Oh,
Miriam here from
sorry.
Keto. I just want to tell y'all, thanks for being awesome. I just spent time reading people's posts and comments, and I appreciate how positive and helpful everyone is. You sure made my day today. Thanks again for being amazing.
look at you doing awesome.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
really sweet. Well, I don't. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Use the Keto Chow drop biscuits recipe, substituting birthday cake
Oh, yeah, I
flavor.
saw that from
Guys.
Cindy.
It's on here right now.
Yeah.
Look at this, Cindy. You killed it. Here are
And
the
that
birthday
drop
cake.
biscuit recipe is really good. And with birthday cake?
Yeah, let's do that
Okay.
after this.
So
Some
the,
strawberries and ready whip. Oh, man.
Yummy.
I mean, I really like, and people post their updates. There's the Ninja Creamy. I think someone was looking for your video. They couldn't
Yep.
find the Ninja Creamy video. Oh, here it is. Oh, my goodness. I'm Bonnie. This is like so sweet. I'm loving this so much. I don't really remember any new Casey flavor. This is a big thing. Creating so much excitement as birthday cake. We're sounding like a bunch of kid scientists with their first science kits and Easy Bake ovens. Well,
That's
fun.
awesome.
Thanks everyone for sharing your combinations. I love this. This is so sweet.
Yep. Now, Neha, where would people go to get recipes like the drop biscuits? Do you know?
Yeah. Keto Chow website. Okay, Keto Chow.
Keto Chow recipes will probably get you there.
Oh yeah, let's just do that.
Google knows it all.
The Google.
The Google. Keto Chow recipes. Oh, I love our SwitchGrocery ad. You guys, look, keto doesn't have to suck. This is Brian.
Hey,
for
there
sure.
you go.
And it's
So
probably,
you guys have some recipes on your site, and then there's our recipes as well.
yeah. So we have, I think, Keto Chow recipe, SwitchGrocery, Switch Gear, Switch.
Switch gear.
Love that. We have how to make Keto Chow. We've got all of our recipes tagged with Keto Chow. Oh my gosh,
Nice.
we have everything. So it's great. And then here's all of yours. Wow.
Well, if you click that search and filter up there at the top, you can actually choose like which flavors
Yeah.
you want to go
Stop.
off of.
Okay, this is good. So one of the interesting questions I had for you was people have a lot of Keto Chow in their pantries, right?
Uh-huh.
So sometimes they have it in their pantries and then they're not taking it out. So this is a
Okay.
great one where we could send a newsletter out where they could actually come here, pick what they have in their pantry, and see what they could make.
Except nobody has chocolate peanut butter in their pantry because it all gets used up.
It's so good.
Ooh, apple pie, guys. Look at that. This is amazing.
Now, granted, a lot of these recipes can be used with other flavors
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
But yeah.
So question for you is, what can people do with birthday cake that's not just the shake?
So Joe and Rachel did a review of the birthday cake, and they actually did 3 different things. They had it as a shake.
Yeah.
They made it into ice cream with the Ninja Creamy. And then Joe also made some fat bombs. And I
Oh,
don't
that'd be
remember if
good.
he posted the
It'd be
the
good
video
as
right
fudge,
there or
too.
not. Yeah, and it
Birthday
kind of
cake
was like a
fudge.
little fudge bite.
Ooh.
So yeah,
I really like
pancakes. What a good
birthday cake
idea.
is pancakes. There you go.
that. That would be delicious.
Oh, we haven't
and
made it into chaffles
Chaffles.
yet.
Oh, we gotta make it into chocolate.
For anyone who doesn't know what a chaffle is, it's a waffle, a little waffle like an Eggo waffle that you make with eggs and cheese. And in this case,
Keto
3
Chow.
eggs, a cup of mozzarella cheese, and a serving of Keto Chow. Whatever flavor you want to use.
Then you'll get like what, 8? At least 8.
It's like
chaffles.
eight of those little waffles out of it. Yeah, like making the maple waffle into that is insane. And the blueberry pie. We've actually, every flavor we've ever tried has worked well. Even the savory chicken soup
Every
makes
single.
a hamburger bun. And you take the tomato and you make it into chaffles. You
Pizza
put
crust.
cheese on it, and now you've got a grilled cheese sandwich, or you make it into little pizza crusts.
They're so cute with the
Like
tiny
it's-
pepperonis.
Anyway, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it.
That's amazing. That's I love those ideas.
What are you doing with a bag of chocolate peanut butter?
She's hoarding it.
I had to put her up because I was like, that's a good comment. She's hoarding. She's
And now
legitimately hoarding.
Miriam's favorite thing to do with chocolate peanut butter
I
is
mix chocolate toffee and chocolate peanut butter together. It's a match made in heaven.
and makes buttery fingers,
So good.
which is not trademarked.
Oh, I love it. Okay, we have a question, and this
Yep.
is actually one of the questions I wanted to ask. So this is
Awesome.
perfect. Let's talk about what happens when we run Facebook ads to Keto Chow on SwitchGrocery. Some of the Facebook ad comments, $8 for a shake. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's Canadian, all right?
And the price of these keto products are crazy. Companies are just looking to make money. How do you explain the price of Keto Chow to someone who comes across a Facebook ad and someone who's coming across Keto Chow for the very first time and they don't know you?
Yeah. You want to answer that, Mary?
Nope.
Okay. So to start off with, one of the things that we've been doing here at Keto Chow is we actually have been stripping the term meal replacement everywhere from our website. Because when you think of a meal replacement, you're thinking of instead of eating a good hearty meal, I'm instead going to eat this paltry replacement for it. Like a Slim Fast shake or a Premier Protein shake or a Carnation Instant Breakfast. Keto Chow isn't that. It's not a replacement for a meal. It is a meal. And if you mix up Keto Chow with the proper amount of fat, you should not need to or really want to eat more, because it's literally like it's food. And if you decide that you don't want to eat steak and instead you want to eat bacon and eggs, you're not eating a meal replacement of bacon and eggs. You're just
Eating a
eating bacon
different
and
meal.
eggs. And so I think we're using a complete keto meal on all of our stuff now, because yeah, if you're comparing Keto Chow to like just a protein shake, yeah, you're gonna go, that's really expensive. But if you compare it to what Keto Chow actually compares to, the value that it's bringing is comparing it to going to a fast food restaurant and getting 2 Baconators and throwing away the bun and wiping off the what's it called, the stupid ketchup that they always put on there, even though I told them not to.
Which I'm sure it's still yummy.
And that is what you need to be comparing it to, because that's the level of satiety and fullness that you're going, and nutrition that you're going to be getting from that meal of Keto Chow instead of the other stuff. And to me, it's just a drink for $5. Okay, well, you could buy $2 worth of ground beef, or you could pay $15 for a steak. And why is one worth more than the other?
I think something else that we aren't really pointing out is that it has a lot of the vitamins, nutrients, minerals, electrolytes added in, so it's not just a protein shake. It's so easy to be construed or seen as a protein shake that's just protein, but it has a lot of stuff added to it, and it isn't until you get into those ingredients that you see all of the stuff that's added that will make the difference.
And it's difficult to communicate this just really quickly. So people see it, and their experience with a shake is it's chalky. I eat it and it doesn't leave me very full, and it's just a snack, and it doesn't taste very good, and I just use it because I need more protein. But what Keto Chow brings is, I am going to the beach with my family, and we need to make something that we can bring, or we're going to need to stop at the store and buy some fast food. But I can, in 30 seconds, throw some heavy cream into a blender bottle with a thing of Keto Chow and mix it up, and that's a complete meal. And now I can take that with me to the beach, and all of a sudden, hey, Miriam needs to take off for a
Yeah,
second.
just a sec. I'll be right.
That's a complete meal. Like, I literally did this on Thursday and Friday of this last week. That's what I had for lunch, was a Keto Chow that I just really quickly mixed up. And then everybody else we had found some low carb tortillas, which, let's be honest, no tortillas are actually low carb, but some are less worse than others. So even our kids who don't do keto, that's what they had. Low carb tortillas with some ham and cheese on it. That's what they had at the beach. And I thought my meal at the beach was way better. I had birthday cake Keto Chow.
It's amazing.
And again, it's so hard to communicate that to people, because again, they're just used to, it's a shake. That's a shake. Why is this so much more expensive than the other shakes? It's like, well, I'd love to tell you.
Yeah.
Do you have a couple minutes, and I can tell you why this is so much better? So
It's interesting because for us, even when you calculate it, so in Canada, let's say if you buy a single serve and you buy it between 8 and 8.50, if you take that and you say that's a meal. So here's something really interesting. I did this. Let's say you say $8 a meal. Ooh, sounds big, right? You say $8 times 7. My dad, if he was alive, he would be like, why are you using, this is the bane of my existence. Why do you need
because
to
I
use
don't want to get it wrong when I'm on camera. That's
Yeah,
why,
sure.
Dad.
But, okay, so $56
Yeah.
Canadian for 7 meals in a week. So that's how I explain it to our customers, where I'm like, okay, you're paying 56, let's multiply that by 4 weeks, $224 for a lunch every day.
Yeah.
That's, so it's really interesting how you like $8, but when you're like, okay, $56 for 7 meals, which will take you 30 minutes, if at best, to make, maybe, right? Like your Vitamix, my Vitamix can hold 7, can hold 4,
Okay.
maybe. So that's another way that when I explain it that way, people get it.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
It's $56, but like I said, some things are not for everybody, but this is something that I feel that we're always having to work on, right? Explaining, hey, it's a meal.
Yeah. Well, when it really gets down to this, we actually priced Keto Chow at the low end of what the stuff that you're getting from it. I have no idea who that is that's calling me. We should have priced it a lot higher based on the cost of the ingredients to us. And we get this question all the time. People are like, hey, when are you going to have Keto Chow at retail stores? And we're like, oh, yeah, retail stores don't actually, they would never carry Keto Chow because the markup on it is not good enough. Mm-hmm. They want like a 50% markup, which means we would have to be charging a lot more.
Yeah, and we wouldn't get to explain like the cool stuff about it.
Yeah.
And it's weird because we want you to add your own fat to it.
Yeah, which is something Gina was saying. I didn't
Yeah, she
recognize
was
it
just
as a meal
saying-
until I started using 4 teaspoons of butter.
Yeah, because that's
Tablespoons.
enough to make her feel satiated, because that's what it is. Keto is, protein is your stick at level, and then your fat is the lever that you move up and down to get you satiated or to move where you want to go in your journey. And so we can't really, if we have the fat included, you can't adapt to that.
Yeah. So, anyway, it should have been priced a lot higher than it is. We actually didn't make Keto Chow to make money. That's one of the reasons why, if you look on our website, the recipe for Keto Chow is still open source. You can buy the ingredients and make it yourself. A lot of people don't want to be hassled with that because,
I don't.
frankly, Keto Chow is for the people who don't want to cook, but still want good nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think it's too expensive, go buy the ingredients, make it yourself. That's fine. But be aware, you're going to be buying a lot of really interesting, weird stuff.
That you can only use for that.
Yeah.
I want to check if the sound is okay for everybody. Can you guys hear me okay?
We hear you fine.
Okay, amazing. I can hear you too. So it's interesting that you said that. Wait, one sec. I want to just make sure that this is such a sweet comment. One sec. Okay, I love Keto Chow as a product, and I think the world of Chris and Miriam as owners and creators of the company. I have a few favorite flavors, but birthday cake is fantastic. And talking about making money, can we show people your website, please,
Sure.
that you made that has...
Oh yeah, lowcarbevents.com.
The one we're not advertising on.
Yeah, do you want to share it or do you want me to pull it up?
Why don't you go ahead? Let's do it.
Let's see, extra presentations. Oh, no, I actually don't think I can share my screen.
It
I'll
might
do
be
it.
because you did.
Oh, I did it the
local
wrong way.
video?
Here,
He
now
just doesn't
now
know
it's a
how to
race
do
to
it.
see who can do it first.
That's weird that you don't know how to do something
Right?
faster than somebody else.
Window,
I believe.
share.
Boink.
Okay, there's my screen. You would just have to add it into the...
Oh, cool. Interesting. Nice.
Whee.
Okay. So, well, this is the Keto Chow website.
Look at the cute birthday cake.
Cute birthday cake. Okay.
Keto birthday
So,
cake.
low carb events.
Wow, you're really shouting that.
Wow, I got my caps lock on. So caps lock. So this website. Whoa, there we go. Sorry, this website. I just put it together because we Miriam and Chris, Keto Chow, we go to a lot of different shows.
Yep.
And things like that. And I just wanted to keep track of all of them and to make sure that there weren't any overlapping ones because, well, you've got some, here's one in Baltimore. There's a map view, by the way. Did you know this? You can go to a map view and you can see where all the stuff is. And there's the one that's in Australia.
I think Neha and I should still go there.
Yeah, I'm sure you do think that. But anyway, so yeah, you can see that, in September there's one in Las Vegas. October there's one in Kentucky. You've got the one in Sydney. You've got one in Utah. Here's Boca Raton. Just a bunch of different ones. And this is, right here is why I made this website. Is because in 2024, the low carb cruise is May 24th through June 1st. And Hack Your Health by KetoCon is May 31st through June 2nd. They overlap.
It's so sad.
And I made this site specifically so that wouldn't happen, but every once in a while it does. So,
take it off.
So a question for you. I'm just looking for the Keto Chow ad. I can't find it.
there won't be a Keto Chow ad because I had an empty spot on my hosting plan, and I put this up here just to solve a problem I had for myself and figured it would be of help to the community, which is actually why I made Keto Chow as well. And so there's nothing for sale on this site. I guess the closest thing to an ad is we do list the Keto Chow meetups that happen every quarter. So like there's one February 24th, there's one May 18th. No, this is 2024. There's one July 20th. You've got other ones that are coming up sooner, like the one that's July 15th.
Yeah, that's soon.
And that is actually happening at the Keto Chow warehouse. So if you're in Utah, hey, come hang out with us. It is not a sales meeting.
Nope.
No one will be pitching product to you. But the warehouse will be open if you want to run over there and buy stuff. But yeah.
This is this is why I love the way that you do business. And Jen is right. What a generous nerd Chris is.
Right.
Nerd.
Okay, you can stop sharing now.
Oh,
I
well,
also-
she has to turn it off.
I also like the we need a Canadian one. So Jacqueline, we're actually getting Chris and Miriam to come to Canada.
Yeah, we just got to figure it out.
It's just a matter of when now, but we are going to figure it out. So my next question for you is about the events that you both went to KetoCon and you went to a low carb cruise. which I didn't know was an actual cruise. I had no idea. I thought it was an actual low carb cruise. And I was like, this is the cool, I need to be here. Can we talk a little bit about KetoCon first?
Sure.
How would you recommend it for customers to go? How did you enjoy it?
So I've always loved KetoCon, and I'll probably still always love it. It's a little bit different. It was a little bit different this year than in years past. They're calling it the Hack Your Health Conference. And I think my only worry is I don't want it to become not KetoCon.
Yeah.
Because the thing that was so cool about going to KetoCon was that you're with like-minded people, and you've been on this journey, you've done all these different diets your whole life, your health's messed up or whatever, and you're finally in a place where you're starting to feel better, and everybody thinks you're super weird, the only one on this weird diet.
Yep.
And then you get here and you say you're fasting and nobody cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
We offer.
you say no thank you, and
people-
nobody cares that, when you
It was
don't
so funny.
want
People would come up
something.
to try Keto Chow or just to talk to us at the booth. And they're like, "Do you want to try it?" And they're like, "No, thanks. I'm fasting." It's like, okay, cool.
That's just something
was
that we hear
fine.
because that's part of our life, right? And so being with like-minded people is so fun, and it's rejuvenating, and then the speakers are so inspiring. So I still would say I recommend to go to KetoCon, but also if you could find one that's closer to you, it could be just as fun.
Now, me personally, I would actually recommend finding one of the events, the smaller events that may be closer to you. That it's kind of like there's two different types of low carb events. You've got doctory ones. This is
Denver.
things like Low
Carb
Carb
USA.
Denver, Metabolic Health Summit, Low Carb USA in Boca Raton or in San Diego. And those ones, they offer continuing education credits for doctors, which is really important for them to keep their licenses. They have to get continuing education credits. But those tend to be very intellectual. They'll be presenting new research, which is also fascinating.
Yeah.
I personally actually like those conferences the best because there's so much information.
And they have
But-
the new, whatever newest information.
new information.
exists. Yeah.
But for the lay person, probably not the best place because, like, unless you know what APOE4 is and what mitochondrial dysfunction and the Krebs cycle, you're probably not the target demographic. And that's where things like the Low Carb Omaha and Keto Palooza and the Low Carb Cruise come into play. And the Low Carb Cruise, just to be clear, like Neha said, it's not a entire cruise that's low carb. It's
I wish.
I did
a,
think
gr-
this.
a group of people booked together, and on the days when the ship is at sea and not at a destination, not at a port, everybody who's part of the, well, most people, you pay extra to be able to go down into the belly of the ship, and they have chairs set up and a presentation screen, and you've got people giving presentations about different low carb topics. I gave a presentation about like the difference between vitamin D2 and D3, what the different kinds of magnesium are, things like that. You had other people, a lot of people were talking about mindset this time on the cruise.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like Autumn from Watch Autumn Keto, her talk was, if you hate yourself thin, you will hate yourself thin. If you hate yourself to make yourself thin, once you become thin, you will still
hate yourself.
hate yourself. It was really interesting. And that was kind of the big takeaway that we got from the low carb cruise, from the presentations that were done, was the mindset stuff. Because just because you lose weight doesn't mean that you're going to change your like your
Thinking.
mindset and how you feel about yourself. And we actually had the great opportunity this year that I volunteered myself to record all the presentations. So those are actually being posted one a day up on the Keto Chow YouTube channel. We're just posting them up for free. Whether you went to the cruise or not, they're just showing up. You can watch them, and it's you can learn from the stuff that's there. And yeah.
I'm gonna watch Autumn's one because I think that's really fascinating. I saw that in one of your YouTube takeaways. And if anyone has not watched all the drops from Chris and Miriam's cruise, from not your personal cruise, the local cruise,
Yeah.
I highly encourage you to watch it because it was really nice to see both of you in a different setting. Like, I always kind of tune into at least part of your lives every week, but watching you both on a different setting and now realizing that you weren't exhibiting at low carb cruise, you were actually relaxing and taking in all that information and then bringing it back to the YouTube channel with what you learned from it. It was nice to see you in that light. I learned a lot from those videos that you guys.
Well, I was mostly relaxing. I was operating this thing the whole time with all these little sliders and stuff.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I love that you volunteered to record the presentations.
Well, the last year, it wasn't done very well.
Oh, Lori says, thank you, Chris, for posting the videos.
You're welcome, Lori. Last year, the recordings were done very well. There were some problems, and I was sitting by the guy who was recording them, and I was like, it was driving me nuts. And so when she was looking for some help, I'm like,
I have all the stuff and the skills. I mean, he does.
So I'm gonna do
has all
this.
the stuff and has all the
But
skills.
but now I feel bad because I don't know what they're gonna do for next year. Because we're not actually gonna be able to go. Miriam and I, during KetoCon and during the low carb cruise, 2 of our children are graduating from high school.
Yep.
And for some reason, they think that we should actually
Be there.
go to their graduation.
Yeah.
The one good thing that happened with COVID was that graduation
Really
that
a
year,
good thing.
we just all sat on the sofa. We watched a Zoom meeting, and
It was 3 hours long.
it was. But the important part was like 10 seconds of them reading the kids' names, and we cheered. And then
Our twin
was
daughters
it.
stood up in the living room floor in their pajamas with their caps on. And we took a picture of them in front of the
Yeah.
TV. Like, that was it.
So anyway, that was the only good thing that came out of it. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to figure out an event to meet you at next time. Carrie said that Carrie was tired and was going to bed. So I did want to bring up this comment when you were talking about making the pricing. This is really interesting, Chris. I looked into that, and making it that way is a lot of money to try and make it myself.
Yeah.
It is, and that's one of the reasons.
You have to buy everything in bulk.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And it's funny, we actually, when we started making Keto Chow in bulk, like it actually brought our prices down a little bit, our costs. We actually lowered the price of Keto Chow when we started doing that.
Yeah.
If we can,
Yes.
like for instance, right now, the price of the protein that we use has been continuing just going up and up and up. And that's why we've had to raise our prices. I've made a commitment that if we can get a lower price on the protein, I absolutely am going to roll that down and reduce the price again.
Yep.
The lower protein won't make our payroll costs or our energy costs or anything lower, but we just want to help people be successful in their keto journey. And whether that's using Keto Chow or not, I actually don't care.
Yep.
That's why lowcarbevents.com doesn't have any ads. That's why when we did Keto Salt Lake, we broadcast it for free. That's why the quarterly meetups are free. That's why we helped sponsor the low carb cruise, and we're sponsoring Keto Palooza and all those other stuff. We just want people to be successful and to stick with the goals that they've made for themselves to be healthier. And I honestly don't care if you use our product or not. Carrie was asking about also the magnesium.
Yes.
So we sell magnesium supplements. If you can find, make sure you're never buying magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is trash. But a good magnesium chloride or a magnesium malate, like if you can go on Amazon and find a magnesium malate at a price that works for you, that's great. Like we have stuff, and I think that we have a very reasonable price on it. But Yeah, if you can find something better locally, great.
I think
Just
we need finance people that are just coming and waving flags here when Chris is like, go buy other people's products. And then somebody just comes and waves a flag. And I want to say, this is really who you are. You know, some people fake it. And
Yeah.
the two of you and your company that you've built, you don't do that.
Well, it's because
And
I have this massive imposter syndrome going on. So
well, Brian and I were talking about it on the plane ride home, where we were just like, they really are the real deal. Like what you see is the real deal. It's not, Chris isn't doing it. And that's the thing where I think that both of you are genuinely doing it from your hearts. You're not doing it and then you're like, oh, this is my ulterior motive. And that, you know what I'm saying? Because Lord, it's a lot of work. Like you're just like, let me record all these presentations with my equipment and then put them up. You know, you're doing these quarterly meetups, you do your daily lives. It's a lot of work, you know. Even when you're on not a lot of sleep, you still are always showing
hey,
up.
we got to sleep in almost to 6 today. It was great.
Yeah.
Amazing, because it's your birthday. Oh, and we're
That's
getting
right.
some. Chris and Miriam are always so willing to go the extra mile to help us all out with the video postings.
That's right.
Chris's presentation was asking. Oh, Neha asked Chris my question about the magnesium.
Yep.
You are so generous. That's really sweet.
Thank you.
I love that.
We don't feel very generous, but that's okay.
Yep.
There was a question we had, and it was a long time ago. But now I need to ask you this.
Okay.
What is next
Okay.
for Keto Chow?
Well, so here's the problem. In the past, we used to kind of,
There it is.
I used to,
And I used to say, be quiet.
yeah, I used to run my mouth off and tell everybody what the plan was. Here's the new products we're working on and blah, 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 blah. And then it would take way longer than we thought. Because again, Miriam and I don't have a background in product engineering, all this other stuff.
We just
Stay-at-home mom, computer networking engineer.
Yep.
So, yeah, things would take a lot longer than we had planned. And so we would announce stuff and then things would happen. Stuff just gets in the way. And so we learned our lesson. And so now when people ask, well, if you want to suggest new flavors, just shout them out. That's the best way to, and just pester us with it. You know, you should make, Tracy saying vanilla core. I've
That's
heard
a
that
good
before.
idea.
People have also said, I want the Dr. Berry Daily Minerals in capsule form. And I'm like, I think I've heard that once or twice before.
It's a good
So yeah,
sign.
just yell it out. Coconut cream pie on the list. Not currently, but now we're thinking about it.
But we do have big things this year.
We do have
We're just
big
not
things.
going to tell you.
We're not going to tell you. Now here's the thing. My children have learned a phrase. When they are asking me questions and I will not answer them, I just straight up tell them, I am being deliberately evasive. And they know that when they hear me say that,
You are not going to tell the
I'm not
answer.
going to tell. We can joke around a bit, but as far as what's coming, I'm not going to tell you what
But
it
it's
is.
going to be great.
There is a lot of really cool stuff. Some stuff that isn't even like what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Which is more than Miriam wants me to tell you.
Shush it.
But there's a lot of really cool stuff coming down the pipeline. There are new flavors, but none to speak of.
Yes, like this last week.
Yeah, like who was expecting blueberry pie? Birthday cake.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Thank you for this. I think this is Karen Bradley. There's a lot of bandwagon companies in the space. Switch and Keto Chow are definitely not, though. Just genuine people that want to see people succeed and help their community. Thank you.
Well, it's like we introduced you guys to Keto Brick.
Yeah.
And we were introduced to you guys by
From
Keto Bars.
Yeah.
And I consider us kind of friends with those two companies, even though Keto Bars has now become part of
Perfect Keto.
Perfect
Keto.
Keto. But still, they were all Keto Bars and Keto Brick were They made something for themselves, for their own use, and it just kind of
Just happens to help other people.
by accident turned into a company. And I think Robert is fantastic. And he's the sort of, he runs the sort of company that I want our company to be as well. They're not really trying to make a buck, they just want to help people. And I think Switch is fantastic as well. I honestly wish we had a distributor like
I
Switch
wish
in
we had
every
Switch
country.
everywhere.
That's why if you're coming from Canada to the Keto Chow site, we put a pop-up that says it's
Hey, go over to
yo
Switch
dog,
and buy from
go
them
to Switch instead.
because it's gonna save you money.
Yes. So
Terry says, Neha, I don't know what side of Canada you're on, but there may be a 2025 Alaska low carb cruise.
Ooh, let's do that.
That is what I'm going to do.
you guys are in Toronto, right?
We're in Toronto, so
Yeah.
that's where we are. And Lori says, stay-at-home mom is one tough job.
It's true.
I
Well,
completely agree.
I just have to say, people would always ask you know,
What does
does
your
your
wife do?
does your wife work? And I would say, you know, so it's along with my deliberately evasive thing. I would say to insinuate that a mother of twins does not work is frankly insulting. So,
Although our kids are pretty good.
well,
They're pretty
they've
chill.
gotten better.
They're good kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've said there was a Mother's Day interview I did after actually Mason was born. And I said in that interview, and I looked around the room and it was a full blown camera crew. It was all of this, you know, there were about probably 35 people.
Okay.
And I was really trying not to shake. My hands were shaking. This was one of the early interviews. But I actually, because I was very much postpartum. I was 6 months postpartum.
Oh, wow.
And so it was during COVID and people were wearing masks and stuff like that. And, you know, some people have decided not to have children, right? Some of my friends are not having children.
Yeah.
So we talked about this and I said to the whole room, I said, each and every one of you is here because somebody decided to have children. So you may not have children, but the work of continuing this planet falls on somebody. And the work of caregiving, whether it's for your elderly parents, whether it's for your community, your neighbors, your friends, whether it's for your kids, until we value caregiving in our society, until we actually attach a value to that, we are not getting anywhere. And it was very quiet. And I was, because I was calling everybody out, you know, because sometimes people are just like, oh, I don't have, you know, when you have a job and you are in work, some people, everyone has issues at home. That's not issues. That's just, we're all caregiving for somebody. And so we just need to value that. I had to bring that up because Lori, you're completely right. Stay-at-home mom is a tough job. And we have a lot of exciting what's coming. So excited. I just love a plain New York cheesecake flavor.
Oh, wouldn't that be delish?
We've had quite a few people that want just a cheesecake flavor.
I'll just eat a cheesecake.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of the flavors, you know, we kind of got into this before. Why do we have different flavors? Where did these come from? It's literally Miriam and I saying,
Oh, that sounds good.
I want that flavor.
That sounds
Or
good.
someone has been on the live stream saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. And we're like,
Okay.
finally it gets to the point where I ask for that flavor and then we get it and then we try it and we're like, yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's roll with it.
Let's do it.
I love that. The comment that came earlier was from Greg, and that's G_Bev's Keto. And I want to tell you his order. So he placed an order yesterday. Greg is a longtime supporter of Switch.
Okay.
Nice.
He got 2 of the apple pies.
Oh, the big bags?
No, the smalls.
Okay.
2 of the blueberry pies.
Nice.
And then he got our premium starter pack.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that has like the good flavors. Vanilla, chocolate, snickerdoodle, chocolate peanut butter, salted caramel, lemon meringue, banana, strawberry, chocolate toffee.
Nice.
Greg, thank
Nice.
you.
Oh, and Jenna says, I want a cherry pie at Keto Chow. Here's the thing.
Cherries. We have tested
Cherry-
cherry so much.
Cherry.
It's trying to kill us.
Come on! Every time I try
Cough
cherry,
drop.
tastes like cough drops.
Just cough drops.
Every time.
Why can't it taste like cherries? I don't know, because cherries taste like cough drops.
Or cough drops taste like cherries, but I can't figure out how to get it to not taste like cough drops.
We just can't.
And
So, yeah.
I'm afraid that we're going to release, if we just release it the way that it's...
We'll just call it cough drop. Would you like a cough drop flavored keto chow? Here it is.
But I
It's
love
cherry.
I love cherry so much. Coco Polo, we carry Coco Polo chocolate. They have a cherry flavor, low carb. They have cherries, like actual
really?
cherries,
Yeah.
and they have elderberry chocolate too.
Wow.
Nice.
It's so
The
good.
problem that we keep running into is that the cherry needs a tartness to it.
Mm.
And if we add that
Why do we
tartness
add
to it,
malic acid?
we tried it. We actually tried it with a sour cherry flavor. It actually tasted pretty good. And I'm sorry, but my mouth, the sourness,
Yeah, and my mouth is
my
watering
mouth
right
started
now.
watering because it's trying. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Anyway, collect myself. The problem was the acidity in the tartness caused the protein to curdle.
denature.
Ooh.
So
Ah,
nothing
that's
like
right.
drinking a big old shake of cottage cheese texture.
Yummy.
Mm.
What if we put like a dried lemon in there?
Even with the dried malic acid, it still curdled it. So that's actually why things like the lemon meringue and the key lime don't have a sourness to it.
Yeah.
They don't have a tartness.
Interesting. And
Jeff
now
says add lemon to the cherry. That
That's what.
might do it. You'll have to play with that one. Anyway, sorry.
I like this question. Here's the thing. Lisa just tried keto chow for the first time this morning, but it did it with avocado oil and couldn't stand the taste with it.
Okay.
I tend to do heavy whipping cream, but what's your favorite fat source for keto chow?
So we always use butter. And
If
it is
you
harder
have
to
the
mix
time
up.
and the blender and the warm water and the melted butter.
But for years, I did half avocado oil and half heavy cream so that
Yeah.
it was easy to mix up. And then
Yeah.
it had like the creaminess to it, but I got a little bit of higher ketones from that because of the oil.
But
So,
even like chocolate, which works okay with avocado oil, I don't like the taste of keto chow mixed up with avocado oil with a shaker bottle. When you mix it with either an immersion blender
Oh, yeah,
or a
then it
blender
mixes
blender,
better.
and it emulsifies the fat because of the acacia gum, the flavor is so much better than if you just shake it up. And so I really don't use avocado oil hardly at all. I pretty much just go with if I just need something quick, like I got to work,
and then do heavy
it's
cream.
completely spaced mixing any keto chow at all. I'll do it in a blender bottle with heavy cream, leave it for a little while, and hey, it took me 30 seconds to make. Or if I have the time, I will totally make it with butter. And the flavor actually comes through a bit stronger with the butter or avocado oil because the heavy cream tends to mute the flavor a bit. So.
We used to do, this is a nice hack also. We used to do heavy cream. We tried avocado oil. Then we went to melted butter, warm water. That's our go-to.
Yeah.
But now we have a different go-to and it's coconut oil.
Oh, there you go.
We
Milk
melt coconut oil, especially because if somebody is dairy-free, you could do the core. So you could do the chocolate core with melted coconut oil. The pina colada with melted coconut oil and warm water is on point. All the fruity flavors. Strawberry goes really well with coconut oil. Vanilla obviously goes well. Raspberry cheesecake actually goes well with coconut oil. So that's another option.
Now, what's Miriam's favorite fat to use with the core?
Oh, beef tallow.
Oh.
Beef tallow. It sounds super
Yeah,
weird.
It sounds disgusting, but it's really good.
We found this brand of Wagyu beef tallow
It's on
made
Amazon.
by
It's
Chicago
Packing. And it
Well, then we
makes
had it at
taste
KetoCon.
like-
You
Oh, yeah,
probably
yeah.
tasted it.
I don't remember.
Everybody was saying it tasted like
donut frosting.
chocolate donuts.
Oh, interesting.
So
That sounds delicious. Also, I love the black licorice requests coming through.
black licorice was it was done as
It
a
was a
joke,
joke.
and it was so much fun to do.
I love it.
I liked it too.
We actually have probably 20 of them still in our pantry.
It's just my own. You cannot have any. No.
Penny
they're
uses
for me.
butter, peanut butter. There you go.
I like that a lot. So Brian always uses peanut butter and he loves
Yeah.
it.
So yummy.
Oh my gosh, guys, I love talking to you and I'm realizing it's 59 minutes. I want to make sure I get to all my questions. Can we do a speed round?
Yep.
Sure.
Speed round. Okay.
Yep.
Protein.
Yep.
Big question on protein for Keto Chow. A shake is 26 grams of protein.
Yep.
Many of our customers want more protein. Could you share some ideas on how to increase protein if you're having 3 shakes or 2 shakes a day?
You can add more protein powder directly to the Keto Chow, like a different protein powder, maybe egg whey protein
Yeah.
or any kind of protein. You can also have a hamburger with your Keto Chow.
Yeah.
Like a hamburger patty. Or we've done a lot of times, we've done salmon or
Like a can of salmon.
or tuna fish
Yep.
and just eat that.
We actually really like to cook up a lot of beef patties, and they just hang out in the fridge, and the kids will pick them
Yep.
out of the fridge and eat them like a cookie, and
meat
they're called meat
cookies.
cookies. And if you put 2 meat cookies together with cream cheese, it's a carnivorio. You're welcome.
So
I like that a lot, actually.
Oh yeah.
That is,
So you mentioned earlier that some people just want to have 2 meals. So if you want to have your Keto Chow, just have half of it with one meal and half of it with another meal. Or you can have,
Yeah.
a full one with some more food and then have another big meal after that. So
Yeah.
you can add more food to it.
But each serving of Keto Chow is a third of your daily nutrition. So you would need to make up that other 2/3 with whatever other food you're eating.
Yep.
So
that's very, very helpful. I want to make sure that we got to, okay. So we have another question, which I think came through from your watching all YouTube videos.
okay.
So many of our customers have either started low carb, dabble in low carb, gone off low carb, but come back to it, or go in it, cycle in and out, or are finding different ways, things that work for them. So when it comes to long-term motivation, inspiration, what are 1 or 2 pieces of advice that the 2 of you would give to our customers?
Oh, that's hard.
So we actually talked about this last week in our live stream, and the ones that I really like are find your why. Like, what is the purpose? And it may start as a weight loss, like if that's what you're trying to do is to lose fat. But for a lot of people, they will come to low carb for losing weight and then discover this laundry list of health benefits that they were not expecting to get and problems that they didn't know that they had, that all of a sudden they're like, is this how normal people live? Because I've been living a lie my
Without
entire
heartburn?
life.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I had no idea I was celiac. I had no idea I had this sensitivity to blah, blah, blah. I didn't know that you were supposed to be able to wake up in the morning and not crawl to the bathroom because you have so much inflammation in your joints, blah, blah, blah. There's so many things that people, and finding your why is really important. I also think that finding a community or an accountability partner, if you prefer, someone who can be in it with you. And that doesn't even necessarily have to be anybody that you physically see, talk to, know.
Yeah.
It can be random strangers on the internet that you meet for the very first time when
KetoCon.
you go to something like the low carb cruise.
Or Matt, we met him.
Yeah, we met Matt.
Yeah.
And he had a magnificent beard.
Yeah, he still probably does.
What do you say
I don't know.
about how to maintain
I
motivation?
think you did a good job.
Okay. Now, when we were talking last week, I mentioned that I had not read Atomic Habits by James Clear because Miriam was reading that book, and I didn't want her telling me to do stuff.
Even though I do tell good things.
I finally read it, and it's really good. And if you want to learn about human behavior and how to make something actually stick,
You should do what I said and read
the
it.
short version is you can either treat if you want to change your behavior, you can treat the external, like the symptoms of the thing. like what you want the outcome to be, or you can treat the kind of
The root cause.
well the root cause, the system in place that causes you to do that, or even better is to change your identity. If you want to stop smoking, you don't say, no, I'm trying to stop smoking.
Yeah,
You
I'm
say,
trying to quit.
you don't say, I'm trying to
I
quit.
don't smoke.
You say, oh, no, I'm not a smoker.
No, I don't smoke.
And by saying that, that can be enough, maybe, for you to just stop smoking, because it's not that you're trying to quit. It's not that you're trying to not eat carbohydrates and that you're trying to be better and you're trying to eat low carb and you're trying to do all this stuff. It's that you are a person who doesn't eat sugar, and you eat mostly meat, let's be honest, and you eat a proper human diet, and you are eating this way because you want to
Because you
live
feel
longer
good.
and it makes you feel good.
Because you want to play with your grandkids, which I'm not that old yet.
And by-
Actually, I am.
And
but
by
my
making
kids
that
don't
your
want kids.
identity, you are so much more likely to stick with it. And that's actually one of the reasons why we advocate for people to go to conferences if
Yeah.
they can, if
It really
they have
buoys
the
you
ability.
up.
Yeah, you're not the type of person who cheats when they go on a cruise. You're the type of person who flies 500 miles or drives for 10 hours to go to this conference
To
so you
learn
can
one
meet
new thing.
Yeah.
Or to meet up with your friend who you've been both doing squats every night when you brush your teeth
Because you're amazing.
because you're tight. It's about time you met in person.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how I would recommend finding the motivation.
Good job.
That is a great way to end your birthday show.
That's right. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Chris. I hope that you and Miriam get some time at 10:22 Eastern to
It's only 8:22
Same
here in
here.
the Mountain Time Zone.
there you go. You have a lot
It's
of
still
time.
light outside. See, right
Yeah.
here.
The sun is still coming
Right
through
there.
the
You can
window.
still see the sun.
Well, Brian is singing happy birthday to you from the bed because he's still trying to get our little guy down. So
Aw.
it's been
Okay.
it's been about an hour and a half. So
Wow.
I'll go check on him. And let's end with the underground. So a few places that Keto Chow is where you wouldn't expect it.
Well, so we got the aforementioned Facebook group. Really good place to meet up with
And
other
the
people.
switchers, which is
And the
that's
switchers.
really cool. So can we join that even though we're not technically customers?
Yeah, I'm sure people let us in.
Customers only.
Oh, I'll buy
I'll
something.
have to buy something from you guys.
Call me.
Call me. And then also, strangely enough, we have a Keto Chow subreddit.
We
Yeah.
were actually born on Reddit.
Yeah, Keto Chow started on Reddit. Well, I like there was this one. How is the oldest shake you've ever had? You've got these questions, and I said 12 days made with salted butter. I smelled it first. But you've got a lot of fun questions. Lots of people giving advice.
I still drink at least 3-week-old shake.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
wow.
By the way, if you have a shake that you don't think you're going to be able to use up,
And it's not bad yet.
make it into ice cream.
Dump it into the creamy container and freeze it.
Yeah. We actually do that. If we're going on a trip and we haven't used it all up, we'll throw it into ice cream containers for later.
Yeah.
I love that.
Saves it.
Anyway. But
You
yeah,
have a lot of happy birthday wishes, Chris.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for running one of the best companies on the planet.
You
I'm
as
allowed-
well.
I'm allowed to say that.
Hey, and thanks for being partners with us up there in Canada.
Yeah, we love you so much.
I know. We can't wait. We cannot wait to have you here. It's going to happen. So,
Okay.
All right. Susan says good night, all. Great show, Neha, Chris, Miriam, and all. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Happy birthday, Chris.
Thanks.